I think this is really bizarre. My iPad is doing this. Okay, it's working. Yay, it's working. Okay. Can anybody see this? This is not going to work. It worked the first time and it doesn't work again. Can you even hear me? Okay, you guys can hear me. Good. All right. All right, perfect. Luck with have it. This is not going to go out like my last stream. I hate screen capturing sometimes. I gave this a try and probably won't work out. We'll see how that does. We might talk a little bit about severe weather today. I don't know how that's going to all play out, but we really need to talk about this eclipse because tomorrow could be even a bigger day, and a lot of the attention will be focused in my state, Texas, that is. So I'm not gonna. Boy, it took 18 minutes just to get through, and I'm going to kind of skip ahead. If you didn't follow me earlier, we talked about this cirrus clouds moving all the way through. Underneath that, we have a stalled or a boundary that is returning northward. It's already retreating northward. You can even see the moisture flux right here. Let me see if I can flip that around. Hopefully it's not upside down for you all. So it's this moisture flux that we have going on right here. It's all that boundary's already moving north as we speak. As it does so, it is going to be the one that causes some showers and thunderstorms eventually into northern Texas, eastern Texas, and Oklahoma. Good. You all can hear me. That's important. So, there is severe weather. Now, actually, I wanted to stumble upon this really quickly because I do find this pretty urgent that we do need to talk about this tornado warning. I know you all clicked on this stream just to hear about this eclipse forecast, but it's a good idea that we do focus in on the storms because we do have a tornado warning here for another 30 minutes. We will keep an eye on this one as this moves towards Newton, Effingham in Illinois. This radar indicated rotation. We can see why that is. We got rotation right in here. Oops, let me get my blue pin or my yellow pin right here. This is where we're seeing rotation. We're seeing the spin. So we're seeing outbounds or inbounds that are like this. We're seeing reds moving this way. And this is where we're seeing the rotation. Tyler Base said in Discord earlier, there was a debris signature on one of the tornadoes today. I think it was probably up in here somewhere in the Des Moines, Iowa. Yeah, it's probably this storm, this complex up here that did produce something in the Ames, Iowa area. Are you going to still summons it?
Jasmine knows how to do it. They have Model Y.
So they're still coming, right?
Zach's not coming. He's at their property. They have like 12 acres out in the country here.
Yeah.
So, but she's coming with the girls. They have a 9-year-old and a 4-year-old.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Zoe and Dylan.
So are you gonna still is she gonna show you how to do it?
Yeah, she knows how to do it. Like I said, they've had a Model 3 and they traded that in for a Model Y. So they have one of the red ones, a red Model Y with a white interior.
Nice.
Yep.
All right, Sioux Falls. Sioux Falls. Oh, right here. Okay, so this is where it was earlier. In that little marginal risk, can you believe it? And yet there was a debris signature on that storm. In that little small area. So this is the complex we're watching approaching I-57, dew points downstream of this in the 50s. So marginal moisture to help get these storms going. Part of that boundary that's sliding through. So this is eventually going to be moving this way. Oops, I'm not good with drawing. Can you believe that? So this is going to be eventually spreading into Fairfield, Florida, in the next, say, 45 minutes to an hour. Storms are not moving terribly fast, but they are moving fast enough to where they will be getting into Laclede here in the next, say, 15 to 30 minutes or so. I don't know how you all like the iPad version of this, and then we will get talking about our solar eclipse. I don't want to forget about this. This kind of popped up in the radar. We do have a tornado warning there, and it's radar indicated rotation. You can see this is going to be the hazard here will be tornado and quarter size hail with that. And then further south is where we just have a marginal risk for storms. With a storm, a single one, popping up to the northwest of Midden in the Louisiana area. And of course, you have this slight risk for severe weather in Blytheville, Union City, and Paducah. And that's because we do have some storms popping up here with a live camera. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, look at the sheets coming down there. Got some rain. Looks elevated in nature, though. What's up, Dave Martz? How are you doing? This seems very familiar, though. Flatlands. That's what we have. Let's see. We have another storm right here. Looks like it just had rain there. There's more storms coming. Nice, beautiful blue sky, though, with some clouds kind of passing overhead. So we have more storms down here. We do, and those will be starting to develop even further. And this is the storm that we really have to watch. Can get tornado warned in Louder County. A little supercell there. That looks organized. Okay, so now that we talked about the severe threat really quickly, it's a good idea that we talk about the latest models on what happens tomorrow across the region. So, of course, we do have, like I say, inverted V sounding. That means a well-mixed boundary layer. And then guess what happens? This gets very saturated by tomorrow morning. This is For Kerrville, that's where I'm going tomorrow for the eclipse, is Kerrville. The problem here is we do have still a saturated surface. However, it's good to see that we have air drying out aloft, so the air is very dry above the moist layer. So if we're able to mix that out sufficiently, we could get clear skies. Clouds could break up easily if that is able to mix well. But as you know, the purple line that you see here, this is our most unstable air parcel. So basically, you lift that from the very surface. That's going to get you your most unstable, because it's assuming that the air is saturated all the way to the surface, versus a mixed layer parcel, which is not very accurate in this point. That can give us a lot of instability tomorrow, anywhere between 1,500 to 2,000 joules per kilogram. But you can definitely see the air is really, really saturated. Not as saturated as the 18Z runs, so that means it could clear tomorrow. Yeah, it looks like it's not as deep here. It looks very, very shallow. The moisture, probably in the first 400 or 500 feet above the surface, could even be 1,000 feet. That could allow the clouds to burn off easier tomorrow, and say if the moisture is a lot more thicker on a sounding like this. So, yeah, I hope you all could return and watch. I'm so sorry about earlier with the stream going out. I know we got other people live on YouTube on the solar eclipse talking about what the conditions are going to be like. It's the thing I hate is people like to copy me. When I go live on something, they like to be like, oh, we're going to go live on that and talk about what the weather conditions are going to be like. But it is what it is. So, yeah, that's what we're going to have to watch, is how well that clears out for tomorrow. Now, let's go back to the HRRR model. Let's go to Texas. And we can see dew points in Kerrville at 64 degrees at 10 in the morning. But you can see the previous run had dew points a little higher. We can even see mixing taking place here. Some of these pockets of lower dew points indicate that the air is actually going to heat up sufficiently enough to hopefully get some clearing taking place. We can even see spotty cloud cover before the thick cirrus possibly might arrive. See how that plays out. But that's a look at that. Let's look at the lower levels of the atmosphere, moisture-wise. You can even see right here, air is drying out, so that's good. Yeah, relative humidities at 850 millibars, 700 millibars, really, really dry. So that's also important. Get some clearing. That would really, really help out nicely. Get us in a better shape for the eclipse. Hey, Tony H. So we have to keep an eye on that supercell still. And we'll watch this one really quickly. Just keep an eye on radar. This is probably going to get expired here soon, that tornado warning. Yeah, it looks like it's not going to last very long. So, yeah. Any questions?